Thomas Aquinas is responsible for the development of theistic realism, which is a combination of Aristotle's natural realism and the Christian doctrine. Theism is the belief in the existence of an omnipotent God who created the world, all of its creatures, even including human beings, and keeps them all in existence. Realism is a philosophy that argues that we inhabit a world that was not constructed by us, but we have the ability to know more and learn more about it. Thomas Aquinas combined these teachings, his own, with a lot of Aristotle's teachings. Some of the educational ideas from Thomas Aquinas include that arts and sciences were considered to be fundamental basis of education. Education is a lifelong process that involves many people and many agencies, including the student, the student's family, the church, and the community. He also believed that education is a total process of human development and encompasses more than just the formal instruction that takes place within the school environment. He believed that education continued outside of the school building. Some of his impacts on education were the scholasticism and scholastic movement. Scholasticism was a theological and philosophical movement beginning in the 11th century, and scholasticism sought to integrate the secular understanding of the ancient world, which was described by Aristotle and realism, and combine it with the revelations of Christianity and theology and theological teachings. The aim of scholasticism was to combine the learning in which the theology surmounted the hierarchy of knowledge, where theology and the learnings of God were first and foremost. Thomas Aquinas was also kind of an influence on liberal arts education, which is seen a lot today in colleges. And the liberal arts education combines like the arts and sciences. A big art would be theology and philosophy classes included with the science and social sciences classes that students are taught. Also, faith-based schools and colleges were influenced by Thomas Aquinas' ability to consider that both faith and reason can be learned and taught within the same context. One critique I have for Thomas Aquinas' approach to education would be that it's a lot easier said than done for education to involve many people and many agencies, including the family, the church, and the community. For example, today the church is left completely out of public schools, for the majority of public schools in America. And also sometimes, especially in like college or higher education, education is seen as just getting a degree so that you can move on to the next thing, whether that next thing is a job or higher pay scale. While Thomas Aquinas believed the approach should be a lifetime and complete human learning. The approach to education should be a complete lifelong process. Education is not always seen that way. Like I mentioned, it's sometimes you get the education so you can get to something else. And also another critique, which comes from Sir Anthony Kenny, he criticized Thomas Aquinas' 5 ways. He considered that Thomas Aquinas failed in the one way, the first way, to prove that the idea that whatever is in motion is put in motion by another.